to another episode of the Window Seat Podcast. I am one of your hosts, LP, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Blind from the truth. Hi, guys.
And so we are here with a jam-packed episode tonight, and we are going to start out by talking about Rachel.
And not Rachel Ray. Not her.
No, Rachel Dolezal or Dolala. I don't know.
Man, both of those are wrong.
I'm pretty sure it is.
So yeah, let's talk about this white chick. You know, this white woman. This Caucasian. You know?
That she is. That she is.
Yeah. But she doesn't identify as so. Maybe we should call her what she wants to identify as.
What,
She's
crazy?
Shit.
No, I'm not gonna call her black. I'm not gonna call her black. She's not black. I don't care what she consider herself. She's not African American. She's not of African descent. I consider myself free of student loans. That is not my reality, you know? And she lives in a space where apparently she has built her reality around her what she wants it to be. And that bothers me because you're not black. I don't care what you consider yourself. Your mama's white, your dad is white. Be white. You are white.
And not only that, her grandparents are white. You know, if you're going down the family tree. So you're not, man. If you're going to go this far to put up this facade of being black, right? And you have this friend of yours who decides to play along with you for whatever reason and be your black father or black dad or whatever, you know, some people want to distinguish the two. That's fine. You should. But in this case, there's no distinguishing it. She's crazy. I watched the Today show with I don't know the guy's name, whatever, the reporter guy. Anyway, she was on there just rambling. I'm talking about she could not answer any question straight. Are you black? You know, you can see, are you white? Not what you consider yourself. Hey, we trying to get straight answers here. Your parents white, all that. She couldn't answer it. She would talk around it, which further lets me know that something is up with this, man. Because if you identify wholeheartedly with it, then there should be no reason for you to just say how you feel and repeatedly say how you feel. That's it.
I agree. And that's definitely one of the reasons why I think it's BS. I think it's attention seeking. I think that there's definitely some issues going on with that situation. I don't even think that it is one of those situations where she has malicious intent. I don't know. Maybe she does. But to take a lie and build it so huge. You pulling random folks, you got some fake children, you got all types of stuff. You sending yourself hate mail and all types of stuff. Something is wrong with this situation. But before we even jump all the way into that, can we talk about the black folks that's defending her? Like she is
Okay.
the second coming of Jesus Christ or something. At least she doing something for the black community. It's a lot of black folks out here complaining, but they ain't doing nothing for the community. Where are you living where you don't see black folks doing stuff for the community? Where are you living?
I don't know. It's no telling where they're living. You know, I guess it's easier to say that someone else is doing something because the news, the media puts it in your face. So, let's say, like high crime or whatever you want to call it. Like, man, my neighborhood's so bad because the news always reporting this and reporting that. Yeah, but you live in your community, so you know when good things are happening that they never report. So take it upon yourself to know what's going on. Don't just accept that, hey man, this woman say this, say that. That's what I'm gonna roll with.
Right.
The news say this, say that. That's what I'm gonna roll with. Don't do it.
I completely agree. And I think that further lets me know that if you don't know what's going on, if you don't know the people who are doing stuff in your community, you're not a part of your community. You may live there, but if that was the case, if you were really involved, then you would know that there are things being done in your community. You wouldn't fix your mouth to say, I'm sorry, your mouth to
Yeah.
say that this white woman is doing more than the people who live next door to you or down the street from you or around the corner from you. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of take those statements with a grain of salt, but at the same time, it pisses me off because again, we are so quick to defend somebody else from some other culture and erase ourselves out of it.
Uh-huh.
That
Uh-huh.
bothers me. Why are so many black people okay with being erased? I don't get it.
Because they don't have a sense of value. That's all it is. They don't. We don't. As an overall, we don't have a sense of value, what is worth. And um, people who aren't, let's say, semi-educated in life and how race plays a part in things, they can't properly defend the argument because you don't have to be educated in books to see what's going on around you. So my coworker is a white woman said if she want to be black, let her be black. And there was a young black dude that was talking to her about it, which is another issue for me because I don't feel that my particular work environment is suitable for that. I don't think many work environments are suitable for that when you have mixed backgrounds and nationalities because not only can it get heated, but it can get disrespectful and you really can tell a person's train of thought. But anyway, I got off on that. But he couldn't defend that. I had to walk away. I just overheard. If I got into the situation, then it'd be a whole nother story. I would have probably been sent home early or something. Because I'm not gonna sit here and let you say that. Because I'm not about to get it. I'm not about to talk about her, man. Because she thinks she's just as down as she want to be, but she not.
Hmm.
I was raised by older black women. I'm like, man, that don't make you. That don't make you nothing. Whatever. Still white. I don't care. But anyway, we're not talking about her. Man, she makes me upset.
Wait. I'm gonna have to jump on this real quick. So you say she was raised by older. Is she talking about like a mammy?
I maybe, maybe.
And that's what she gonna throw out there as her defense. Lord, today?
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, her living conditions would be on the bottom of the totem pole if you are Caucasian,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not black. Oh man, you black, you live. Oh man, it's cool. We come over, do what we do. But when you're white, man, you get the you get dogged. But anyway, I'm not sure about her parents' living conditions. I think they may be a few steps up. So I'm trying to understand where that came into play, where she was
Mm-hmm.
raised or brought up by black women. I'm trying to see where that comes into play. I don't know. And I'm not going to get into the conversation with her about that because I don't care enough to ask her. If I can ask somebody else, man, I'm getting off on a tangent. She angers me. Anyway, yeah, man, Rachel, people need to stop riding for her, man. They need to stop it because it's blackface. I don't care what nobody say. You
It
know,
really
you
is.
you darken your skin tone. You fill out paperwork saying that you're this and you're not. You change your hair saying that you're this and you're not. I don't care if you speak on issues. If you want to speak on the issues, speak on the issues. But what it does is it takes our face away from it and puts the other person's face on it. So it no longer becomes our issue. It becomes people overall doesn't see this as a race issue anymore.
Right. And I think this is a perfect example of white privilege at play. What other population or ethnic group can just weave in and out of whatever they feel like it, whenever they feel like it, and still have people say ain't nothing wrong with it, Pretend to be a black woman during the day and go home and be white. Or use your privilege when it benefits you. That's not a luxury that you, or anybody that look like us has, you know? So yeah, she can miss me with it. I consider myself black. I feel black on the inside. Miss me with that. I feel debt free on the inside, and they still coming. So whatever.
And I feel that I own a lot of things that I work for, but I know when it's all said and done, the government can just come take it away and ain't nothing to say about it. I mean, hey,
Exactly.
I can feel the way I want to feel, but that doesn't make it reality. But I'm gonna say this, and then we can move on to the next subject. But she also, um, one of the dudes on the Today Show. I cannot think of that dude's name. But anyway, he was saying how
Al
she.
Roker. Did they pull him out to interview him?
Hey,
That would be odd.
hey, he might be a white man. Who knows, man?
He just be grinning too much for my taste. Put them
Hey,
damn teeth up.
hey, you know they say they like it when you're skinning and grinning, boy. They like that, boy.
Hmm.
They like it when you're happy and when you talk like. Don't have no bass in your voice when you're talking to them. They don't like that. You starting to sound like you got some authority. Hold back on that. But nah, what Al Roker? That's funny. Man, that dude face like a mask. That's terrible. Anyway, the other dude said that she filed a discrimination lawsuit as a white pregnant woman. And he was trying to get some feedback on that. Hey, how do you do that? Because it seemed like you playing the role that you want to play when it's beneficial to you. She was
Hmm.
saying that no, she was doing some type of standing up for something, blah blah, something. I don't know. I might put a clip in of it right here.
Your lawsuit against Howard University in 2002, where you claim you were discriminated against because you were a pregnant white woman. Do you understand how people could hear that and say, here's another example? She says she identified herself as being African American or black from a young age, but here's a case where she identified herself as a white woman because it worked for her under the circumstances.
The reasons for my full tuition scholarship being removed and my teaching position as well, my TA position, were that other people needed opportunities, and you probably have white relatives and that can afford to help you with your tuition. And I thought that was an injustice.
You can't be hip hopping because we can't hip hop. We can't do it.
Right.
Oh man, that's why I get sick of those memes, man. People be taking it light. But you like the memes.
I
I
do.
don't.
Why you don't like the memes?
Because, man, it's, I'm all for a good joke. But we joke a lot.
Hmm.
As black people, we joke a lot, man. Everything that take place, we got a joke ready for it. It's really, it. I promise you, I'm a true conspiracy theorist at heart. I really believe that there are a lot of things going on in the background where these things all of a sudden pop up. Because she came out of nowhere with this. Well, not her, but this came out of nowhere. What else is going on that they're trying to distract us from? Bill Cosby. Whatever happened to him, by the way? Everybody was condemning Bill Cosby. Anybody saying nothing about
Oh,
Bill
we
Cosby?
done with him now.
Yeah, see, everybody had a field day with Bill Cosby. Where is he? What's going on? Nobody knows or cares. I care, but anyway, but they had memes for Bill Cosby. That's serious, man. This man is being accused of raping women since what, the 70s?
Hmm.
That's serious. That is serious. And they joking about it. Who else was it? I want to say I saw some memes about your boy, that whooped his son,
Oh, I'm
or
sure you
the
did.
wife, the football
Hmm.
players. I can't think. I think Adrian Peterson is one of them. I can't think of the other dude's name. But come on, man. These are serious things. These memes pop up out of nowhere. I really wonder who was the first person to put the meme out. Nobody ever knows that because they don't have any tags attached to it. Who pushed these
Right.
memes out? Would you be offended if none of these memes were made by black people? Let's say if all these memes that came out, all these hilarious memes that are supposed to be for us, but I work in the cell phone business, so I see those memes on white people's phones.
Hmm.
And that bothers me. They're sharing them too, right? So would you be offended if, let's say, it was some dude in freaking Saudi Arabia that was sending these memes out? Would that bother you?
Huh. That's a good question. I think it would bother me. I absolutely think that it would bother me.
But it's okay if we do it to ourselves.
Well, yes. Yes. Okay. And so, and I totally,
Crap.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I absolutely get what you're saying. It's kind of like the N word.
Yeah.
It's not okay when other people say it, but for whatever reason, it tends to be okay when black folks say it amongst
which
themselves.
which I really disagree with, man. It's
And I
terrible.
disagree with that as well. I guess I don't know why I feel the way that I feel about memes, honestly. I think it's one of those things where, depending on what it is, I'm more likely to be like, okay, yeah, this is just distasteful. Or I can actually find humor in this situation. And I actually think that and this could be me being very kumbaya, woo woo,
Mhm.
or whatever. But a part of me thinks that it's kind of like a uniting type thing. Like with the whole Ask Rachel thing, many of those, in my opinion, were absolutely hilarious. They were hilarious in that, oh my goodness, I can totally relate to, you know, this going on in my childhood, or this going on in my childhood, or this happening when I was a teenager, or remembering thinking like this, or feeling like this, or whatever situation may be. It's kind of like a uniting thing to me. But at the same time, I don't feel that way about all of them. So I guess I would be overall pro meme, but I'm not going to be in line with the ones about like rape and stuff like that. To me, the Ask Rachel thing, it was harmless in the sense that it was true, but it was also, the situation itself was kind of funny. The whole, yes, it angered me to a certain extent, but a part of it is hilarious. I think I told you this. A part of me finds it so funny, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe because she's so screwed up or something, that I found humor in it. I don't know. I don't. I get what you're saying, but I don't necessarily agree with it.
Mhm. I mean, hey, I can't fault you on that because we all have different feelings inside for some odd reason, whatever those feelings are for.
I think it's a place for both opinions, and both of them hold validity.
Yeah.
What I enjoy most about some of the memes is that the same people who are sharing them and laughing at them are also not downplaying how serious it is. But I also think there's a time and a place for laughter. I can never be a person that's all about, it's got to be serious at all times, all time. There's definitely a place for both within the same people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, see, I don't run across those people, or I haven't yet ran across those people who are serious about it. It's always giggle, giggle, giggle all the time. So I guess that's where I get frustrated because are you ever serious about anything? Never. As long as it doesn't affect you immediately and directly, then it doesn't matter. Let me see. Going back to the Rachel thing real quick. In other countries, don't you get something done to you? Isn't there a penalty for what do they call it? Disguising yourself as something else? I don't know.
Perpetrate? Oh, okay. No, not that one.
Perpetrate? No, no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what that's called in other countries. I mean,
In other
I'm
cultures or something. I don't know.
in other cultures. You know, I'm American, so I don't really give a shit about what's going on around me. No.
Hey, hey, man. We should only be worried about our first world problems, right?
Hey, hello. But
You
no,
know, how are
seriously,
we gonna get Wi-Fi in the car?
yes. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, other cultures, you know, they have their laws as far as like stealing and stuff like that. Cut your hands off, and you know, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if there was something like that.
I just really want us to get together, man. But we can't. I was talking to my coworker today, and he was on Facebook talking about how he felt. Well, no, he wasn't on Facebook talking about it. He was telling me about what he saw on Facebook. They was talking about the shooting in South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and he was reading the comments. And everybody know you do not read comments. You don't,
Oh, I don't know that.
especially not on Facebook. Don't read comments. And he was saying how he doesn't think social media is the place for that because he was saying there was so much hate and anger going on in the comments, and he was saying that he doesn't believe social media is where you need to put this stuff out because he was citing me and my other coworker as people who do that as far as put out things that we think are important or things that put some thought on your mind,
Mm-hmm.
serious issues, whatever it may be, whether it's some light or some real heavy. Like Akon, that's something that's light but it's serious.
Mhm.
Or something that's heavy would be shooting or police brutality, whatever it may be. But he stays away from that, I think, because of the comments. And he was saying, I would just tell him, hey, if you're friends with these people or you're following these people, unfollow them or block them. You can't get mad at that person because that's that person's page. It's not like
Mhm.
that person is posting hate comments or hate pictures. It's, hey, this is going on in the world.
Right.
I feel you might need to know this. If somebody wants to come in and say, "Hey, man, this is these people trying to incite a race war," that makes me upset. There's been a race war. You be quiet. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Mm.
Talking about they're trying to incite a race war. We already know it's them against us, and a person that doesn't know that is a person that's living in some type of fairy tale land, and they need to exit out of this life because it's not gonna go anywhere overnight.
Right.
So trying to this social media makes the world so much smaller, man. A person in Japan can see this and say, "Hey, man, this is going on. This is terrible. I might want to do something about this or be involved, or I might want to donate if it becomes something like that."
Mhm.
You know, like the thing in shoot with Mike Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, where people were donating for people going to jail and everything. That's something people can do. They were giving them advice about different gas masks and things you can do to protect yourself. Hey,
Mhm.
that's some real heavy stuff. Who would think that people overseas would be that involved enough to give that type of information? I saw that somewhere. That may not be true. I'm hoping it is. But
I think it is. I think I saw that on Twitter as well.
yeah, but these people have been fighting for their rights for so long. They're still fighting for their rights. So why why not share the knowledge of, hey, this can help you because this has helped us.
Right.
Why does people what why do people feel so uncomfortable when it comes to fighting for your rights? Because they know it's not going to be easy. Is that what it is?
Um, I think it's a combination of things. Beyond it not being easy, I also think that it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for people to first of all acknowledge that you're in a position that I'm not in. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really uncomfortable for many white people because, and not saying that they should be comfortable, but just, playing devil's advocate, it's uncomfortable because you have to actually open your eyes and see that there are certain injustices within this world,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to reckon with that. And if you don't, or if you're unwilling to, then what happens is the comments that you get on these articles, it manifests in that way. Well, I know two black people and they seem to be very happy to me.
And
Or
you know what?
I have.
You can do that when you're clearly winning off of this. Because white people are
Hmm.
winning as a whole. They're winning. So hey, you can do that. You can make those comments and feel that way. Oh, I don't want to do anything to incite this or make this worse because I'm winning right now. That's the way I look at it. It may not be a conscious decision, but hey, if it's not if it's not bothering you, it's not affecting your everyday life, then that means you're winning, right?
Yeah.
So why would you shake the darn harness nest? You wouldn't.
Well, you would if you actually gave a shit. If you don't give a shit, then continue to win and keep your blinders on. And I think that's what a lot of people choose to do. Now, I will say there are some white people who actually understand, like, hey, I have privilege. I accept the fact that I have privilege. And because I have created this situation, I have created this institution, then I'm one of the key players in dismantling it. But the problem is, you have very few who have that mindset as opposed to those who are, this is all black people fault, or this is all you pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's no such thing as institutionalized racism. There's, you know what I'm saying? You have those people who are pretty much in denial. And then on top of that, you got black folks who are in denial, who really
Oh yeah.
feel like they've made it or something, or that it's those black people and not me as a black person. The
Mm-hmm.
fact that you tap dance for so long, or you've shucked and jived for as long as you have, and you feel like you're in a place of acceptance, or just because you've been sheltered for so long that you don't realize what's happening in the real world. You have those black people who have that same mindset of those white people, when in actuality, that's not their reality. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they've constructed, and that's what they believe to be their reality. And that's where you have those folks caping for Rachel, and those folks who hollering about, well, it's not about police brutality. Let's talk about black on black crime. And the two have nothing to do with each other. But I'm gonna get in here and dilute this conversation because I'm not like those black people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
I mean, you may be right, man. Hopefully, she doesn't become a martyr for the cause, because wouldn't that suck? You naming all these people that died for the cause, and one of them happened to be this white woman that was portraying herself as black. Wouldn't that be crazy?
It would. And the fact of the matter is, it's not even necessary. It's not necessary for her to pretend to be something that she's not. I honestly think, and get me right if I'm wrong, but we, in the grand scheme of things, black folks tend to be the most welcoming and accepting people ever. Just come on
Hey, you're
in and
right.
make yourself comfortable.
You're
So
right.
why is you pretending?
Right. You right, man. You right. Hey, I promise you, man. Hey, I don't know if your mama told you or you've heard other black people tell you, but they always say when it comes to your white coworkers, don't let them know where you stay. Definitely don't let them know what's in your house, because they come in, they get comfortable, and somehow, magically, things start going differently for you at your job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how it happens. It may not be a coworker, but it may be people in your close community, not like next door neighbors or whatever. That may be the case sometimes. But I'm like, man, how did this? All of a sudden, I have more eyes on me. People are treating me different, all
Mm-hmm.
because I let these white people into my home. I let these white people see how I think and feel. And that's always a mistake, man, because we never know how they think and feel. We don't. Because they'll give you that look. Because I promise you, I don't understand that look. You know that look that, especially white men give when they see you. They kind of do that weird smile face and kind of turn their eyes a little bit like, hi. You know, like, what the freak does that mean? Am I making you uncomfortable when I pass you in Walmart or something?
Mm.
But you don't know what they're thinking. I guess it's the same way with us. They don't know what we're thinking, because to them, like, we always look angry. I mean, the majority of us have a reason to be. That don't mean that we are angry. When you start to let them understand how you think, then for some odd reason, that's how you end up losing. I'm pretty sure that's in the Art of War somewhere, or in the 48 Laws of Power, somewhere in there. You don't
Mm-hmm.
let you don't let the enemy know what's going on in your mind. You don't, because that's how they can start to strategize against you.
True. Very true. Well, those are definitely two books that I want to check out because I have not read either one of those, but I can definitely see the importance of reading them, especially The Art of War.
Mm-hmm.
I've read The War of Art, but I need to read The Art of War.
Man, all I know for sure is we got to get it together. Will we get it together anytime soon in our lifetime?
Mm-mm.
I don't see it happening. Hopefully, it doesn't get a lot worse while I'm
And it
alive.
will. It will. Unfortunately, it will. And I think that we're actually starting to see the beginning of it getting worse. That's just my personal opinion. I was sitting here thinking about that the other day. I feel like shit is about to get really, really, really real within the next 10 to 15 years. It's going to get real, real. And
Yeah.
I don't know what that means for us because I don't know if we're in a position. I know we're not in a position right now to fight back. We're too disjointed to do anything. That scares me because I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I think that a lot of political stuff is going to take place and it's going to not be a good look for us.
And that's what we need to talk about on a podcast soon. Farrakhan, he was speaking on that exact thing of, hey, the time is now. I think he said we have the best group of young people because they're more fearless, but they're not the smartest as far as getting things done or whatever, but they don't have the same fear as our parents and grandparents and great grandparents had.
The audience that I'm really interested in is our young people.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And I thank God that you gave me this opportunity. Our young people represent the strongest and the best generation that we've ever had. They're not the wisest, but they are the best because they are fearless.
Right. Mm.
And when you see fearless young men and women, that's the generation that God's hand is on, because that's the generation that will fulfill the promise of the ancestors who died struggling for true freedom, justice, and liberation. But the young are the generation that will deliver on that promise with the right leadership.
I can agree with that. You know, we are ready to do some things, but what are we ready to do is the question, you know?
Right.
The Window Seat Podcast, where we talk about things that matter sometimes, and we joke
Sometimes.
about things that matter. Sometimes we act like memes, you know. It's serious stuff that's up under the funny stuff.
Right.
Yeah.